And welcome everybody. It's Tuesday afternoon here at Morty's Diner, and we have got some incredible content, original content for you folks. We're going to present a world premiere, first time ever, a brand new dazzling video on the Morty's Diner channel. We'll do it in about 5 or 10 minutes, so get ready. Unzip your flies and grab your meat because everyone's going to be going crazy when they see this. And for you people in Chicago, grab the person's next to you meat. All right, hello to all the viewers and the lurkers and the haters. I got 14 people right off the bat. Fantastic. And let's say hello to Tommy, our true MAGA friend. Well, yeah, Speed Racer, hey, buddy, how's it going? Warm apple pie and vanilla ice cream for everyone. Everyone except the haters. Thank you, Speed Racer. Jay Gray, how are you, man? Tom, I can't keep up. Grilled cheese, tomato soup. Let's make sense of this. Well, that's the Dirk Diggler lunch special. Grilled cheese sandwich and a cup or bowl of tomato soup. It's the number one seller. And Dirk's, you're the number one seller. Right. Yeah. Thank you, Jay Gray. Hey, Patel Philippe, our friend from Canada. Hello, Morty, you biatch. Thanks for swinging by the show earlier. Do a Bigfoot strim. Yeah, if you think I'm going to go climbing up Mount Hood, looking for Bigfoot for a 20 peso super chat, I don't think so. Anyway, thanks, Patel. That was a hell of a dungeon show you ran a couple hours ago. It kind of detoured in the content and got into aliens and cavemen talk, but the previous part was hot and heavy, man. Unbelievable. All right, hello, Young Meech. Can I get the Uzi special? A black banana surrounded by white marshmallows. Yeah, we don't have an Uzi special. No, but I know what you mean there. And if there were an Aussie special, yeah. Okay. Jay Gray, once we have our plasma ships, we can meet at Morty's every night. Join the aliens, right? We're going to premiere that. We're going to premiere that brand new video, world premiere, in about 5 minutes. It's phenomenal. I'm submitting it to the Academy of Motion Pictures for nomination. Patel, Young Beach just picked up amazing Spider-Man number 41, first appearance of the Rhino, 5.0 grade. The Rhino, what's the Rhino? Or who's the Rhino? There is no way this can top the true story about Montauk. Jay Gray, everybody, I've got a show planned for tomorrow about Montauk Point, Long Island, New York. It is so creative and such original content. I hope everyone can catch it tomorrow. Maybe I'll be on around the same time tomorrow. It takes a little technical wizardry on my end to see if I can do it. So I'm going to have to do a couple private test streams to make sure it works. And if it works, oh, it's going to be great. And I'm not exaggerating. Oh, no, wait a minute. I've got another doctor's appointment tomorrow at this time. Maybe in the evening then. But yeah, it'll be incredible. And I'm not bullshitting, baby. Greetings to all the biatches. Yes. Hello, Tickle. Hello, Rich Mitch. Great to see you. And yes, you're here with the Viscountness. We are not a Viscountness channel. That's the other channels. Yeah, the Montauk show tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow evening. Maybe I don't know when I'll get back. 6, 7, 8. I'll do it like that, and it's going to be incredible. All right. So, any questions before we get started? Any questions or comments or super chats before I get started? Otherwise, we're going to go right into the world premiere. of our new video. You know, that other channel, you know, that guy, he showed a new video he put together on the dungeon earlier today. More viscountness, more psychopathy, you know, more derangement syndrome. Well, it's to be expected. And he wants to make peace. Do you believe that? He said, let's be friends." Jesus. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If there were an intermediary, you know, Trump just negotiated peace treaty with Cambodia and Thailand and Malaysia and another country, and you know, he's just lining up these peace treaties and trade deals all around the globe in 10 months. And then in his previous first term, it's just incredible. I watched a lot of footage of him in Japan with the emperor and meeting the fantastic prime minister of Japan. There's going to be so many great things happening between the U.S. and Japan. Oh man, she the new prime minister, Sanae-chan. She is just, oh man, she is just phenomenal, just phenomenal. And she spoke English to Trump, unlike, you know, all the French presidents. You know, they don't speak French. They don't speak English. You know, when they address presidents, you know, or American audiences, they always speak French and use a translator. Fucking French, man. I mean, you know. Yeah, we know. All right. So, any last question or comment before we introduce the world premiere? Thanks again, Rich Mitch, £2 of the new Morty's Diner video. Last questions or comments? Anybody? Lurkers, haters, any comments? By the way, some people have said on some of those other channels, yeah, I've been banned on Morty's Diner. And some people have, and some people who said this have not been banned. You know, they're in timeout mode right now. If they show up, they'll be in timeout. But I haven't put a ban on them yet. But I you know, MT85 thought, you know, timing out could be a good. A ban is a ban. Timing out is a nice, you know, compromise, a midway point, a nice midpoint before going full ban. So, yeah, anyway, okay. 15 viewers, one more super chat, one Cash App, one Ko-Fi, and we'll go right to the world premiere. And in fact, let me, I'm going to get this posted up here because I need the money. That's the title of today's show. Morty needs the money. Those other channels don't need the money. They've flat out admitted it. They like the money, so they can buy things and have fun. But Morty needs the money. People don't believe me when I say that. They've heard about my home in La Jolla, and they don't believe I need the money. But okay, let's get to it. Morty makes a hentai. No, I haven't done that. 9.2 is the minimum, huh? Biped, three-brained beings. Holy shit. It occurs to me that tentacle porn tracks with octopi. Wow, tentacle porn. Holy shit. Another Seinfeld moment. Marty's graphic shows he only hires waitresses with large breasts. That was a great episode. Very good. Elaine wanted to get a job there and to prove her point, and the Greek owner of the diner wouldn't hire her. And then she confronted him and said, "Yeah, these are all my daughters. It's a family business." Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Mortimer, anchovies on pizza. What do you think? Anchovies are extremely healthy, but I don't like anchovies because of the tremendous amount of saltiness. So I never eat anchovies, never. I don't know why they make anchovies so heavily salted. I don't know if they're ever available unsalted. But they're similar to sardines in their health nutrition benefits. Too bad Trump doesn't show the same attention to, oh, here we go. Here's the Pelosi fan speaking up. Too bad Trump doesn't show the same attention to inflation and the high cost of running a repair business that depends on imported parts, now tariffed beyond affordability. Okay, keep wearing your Nancy Pelosi pin. It's okay. Did Sanae say, no, 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 yes, yes, yes? She would say, yes, yes, yes. 80 never calling, helping out there. 80 never calling, 9.99 super chat. Thank you very much. And a happy world premiere. It's coming up in just a second. MT85, thank you for the support, MT. $5 super chat because he knows Morty needs the money. Thank you. There's the Cash App information. 80 never calling, a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you so much for the channel support. Here's the Ko-Fi sticker. But I am still boggled by Patrick doing DoorDash when he has a lovely luxury pool accessorized with lighted fire pots. Well, he explained why he did that, and it was quite a ennobled reason. Is that the word? Yeah, dignified. Yeah, this channel is starting to become something that we can count on. Oh, the salt is the best part in the anchovies. Listen, Tommy. If we are at some pizzeria or somewhere, Italian restaurant, and you ordered anchovies, I'd try some, but I haven't had anchovies in decades. So, does Morty's Diner have a jingle? We've got something better than the jingle. We've got this new video, world premiere in 30 seconds. When I was a child, I was aghast that a beautiful pizza would be sullied with fish. Yeah, I have never eaten an anchovy pizza because I don't like anchovies. But listen, if Tommy's having an anchovy pizza, I'll have some too. AD, I was doing it for the church during Catholic Charities Drive, right, Forbin? I did it for a month, and all the money went to the Catholic Charities. Yeah. I was, there we go, got that. Gilden, hey there. White anchovies, only way to go, not like the regular gross ones. Okay, I don't know about white or different types of anchovies. Okay. Yes. Anchovies are reserved for those in the know. I wonder if Cento makes anchovies. Okay. What did Rogan order on his pizza he shared with Musk? Anchovy and pineapple. Oh, that really sounds bad. Hop on Smash. Hey, buddy. Great to see you, my fellow Montauk Point friend. Okay. Can of Alpo on me. Well, Alpo's good. I like the beef stew Alpo. I don't cook it. It's just right out of the can. It's really nice. Thank you. Hop on Smash. $4.99 supporting Morty's Diner. Thank you. Because Hoff knows Morty needs the money, unlike people who've come out and said that they don't need the money. Okay, here's a good tip, Tommy. I recommend ordering them from Gustiamo. Gustiamo. Interesting. I'll look that up. And okay, Forbin. Okay, I got to get to the video, the world premiere. Forbin, to claim there must be no criticism of. Let me get another sip of coffee here. I'm sorry, coffee. You know what else? What people say from my area where I grew up? You don't wash your clothes. Wash, 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 wash. Man, I hate listening to that. Wash, coffee, wash it down. Okay, here's Foreman. To claim there must be no criticism of the president, or that we are to stand by the president, right or wrong, is not only unpatriotic and servile, but is morally treasonable. Teddy Roosevelt. Well, no one's disagreeing with that. I'm not disagreeing with that. The criticism needs to be substantiated. I never say you're criticizing Biden or your buddy Obama or the Clintons, Anyway, okay. And I recommend anchovy advice. I recommend buying them from Rainbow Tomato Gardens. I'll have to look that up. Wow, everyone knows where to get the gourmet anchovies. Okay. Specifically, Codessa Siri Limitada. Codes Serie Limitada. That's the brand of anchovies, according to Tommy. Hoff has Montauk stories. Yeah, we all do. I mean, us people. Okay, let's get to the world premiere. Wash. That's it. Wash. My neighbor said wash the clothes. His mom was from Iowa. Well, I'd have to listen to Wash. I think it's Wash. Yeah. The Clintons, right. All right, let's go to the world premiere. Only exclusively on the Morty's Diner channel because, I mean, folks, we're not exaggerating. The other people don't need the money. They have Le Mans. They have $500,000 plus watch collections. $500,000 plus. And they're begging, and people send them money. And, I don't have the money for a bus ticket to Spokane. But let's see what happens today. Here, new video. Enjoy.
The time has come. Why give your money away to people that don't need it? Morty needs the money. It's time to make it rain, bitches. Morty's Diner. Why give your money away to support a lifestyle? Give it to someone that needs it, appreciates it, and respects it.
Bravo. I mean, bravo. What a beauty. That is phenomenal. That is Oscar nomination worthy. Okay. Thank you all for watching the world premiere of our new video. That was fucking great. Okay. Let's get back to anchovy talk. Forbin, Morty, I voted for Trump the first time. You love to sling that Pelosi talk. Well, something happened along the way where, well, okay, Forbin, whatever. We'll meet up at Emeryville and hash it out over at the Chick-fil-A. McLobster, Rainbow looks a little hipster. Oh, for anchovies, Rainbow store looks a little hipster, Tommy, but I'll take a look. Couldn't praise Gustiamo more. They are direct from the farmer purveyor. Wow, all this high-end gourmet talk. Wow. From New York. Caper talk. Capers and anchovies. Holy shit. Yeah, just incredible. Right. Tommy, I bought a cheese. A cheese? I never heard that before. I bought some cheese on Gustiamo once. Very good. Uh-oh. Dictionary words. Vache Rosa. I don't know how you pronounce that. Vache Rose. Vache Rosie. Great vid, Acquired Taste. It was magnificent. Magnificent. Phenomenal vid. I'll play it again. Jay Gray spotted a G memoir that I haven't seen before. Didn't want the poor guy climb into a window display, Mac Lobster. What's a G memoir? G memoir? Don't know. Sorry, Morty. We are fundraising for Marcelo, who only has 500,000 in watches and has a wife who owns the building where his restaurant was in Tokyo. Well, I mean, it's my fate. It's my fate. I can't compete with the $1 million watch collection guys. I got my well, you know what I got. So whatever. Okay. By the way, tomorrow, I mean, you got to watch my show tomorrow. It's going to be incredible. I mean, I'm not joking. It's about Montauk. I'm just going to say that. Okay. Incroyable. Correct. Tommy, try those anchovies mentioned, judged to be #1 in the world. Ron the Shrink and I tried it. Anchovy talk. Tommy and Ron the Shrink format. Vache Rosa, Red Vag. I don't know. I have to, yeah. Gotcha. J. Grace speaketh in tongues. Red cows, best Parmigiano you can buy. As far as I know, allegedly. Wow. Red cows. Vache Rosa. Okay, very good. Hey, we need some music in the background. Let's see. Every time I keep getting a strike. I mean, a copyright revenue share, not copyright. Copyright claim, which means no effect on the channel, no impact of the channel, but the show becomes revenue shared with the owner of the copyright. But all these songs come from YouTube free music, all approved. So one of the songs I'm playing is getting me something every day. Let's try something else. I have to figure out what the song is. That's let's see. What's this? Oh, this is nice. Yeah, this is pretty good. I could see Tommy strolling into the diner wearing his Armani tuxedo, can of anchovies in his hand. Sitting down at a special table, ordering the Dirk Diggler for dinner, grilled cheese and tomato soup. I can see that. Well, anyway. All right, let's see here. Tommy, did you know the valley where Parmesan is made is heavily polluted air with weekly warnings to close your windows? Really? Well, maybe that's what makes it taste so good. Tommy, but is this one of your Peter Weller Sopranos Parm knowledge or your Lux Ring knowledge? My mother went on a date with Peter Weller. Well, that's pretty good. Hey, give me a break on Peter Weller. Those old white guys look alike. Jeez, what the hell is that? Peter Weller or Paul Weller? Paul Weller, he's a musician, right? I don't know. Okay, you know what I just noticed? I'm going to sound very greedy and vulturistic because I'm the content vulture, the buzzard. Not one person gave me a sign of a compensation remuneration award for presenting that incredible world premiere video. Everyone just sits out there going, anchovies. I like anchovies. Video? What video? Well, what can I do? Hey, little Dave. Morty just got home. Heard there was some Viscountness today. Well, I only saw part of the Horology Dungeon show before it got into the alien and caveman talk. And it was some hot and heavy Viscountness. JB was there with Patel Philippe and others. Even Tea and Tickers got in on it. All right. Van Lux, that video sucked. Thank you. Thank you very much. See, he even says that video sucked without even a 20 peso super chat. Just totally, taking advantage of my hospitality here. Yeah, the buzzard or the buzzkill. Wow. Your channel celebrates the banal. Dictionary word. Careful, Morty. Starting to sound like those people. Well, there's a fine line, yeah. Okay, thank you for the tip, MT85. Foreman, did you ever see What We Do in the Shadows? They had a Viscount vampire. No, I don't know that. I watched a vampire movie yesterday. Bela Lugosi played a vampire, but not Dracula. It was, I never heard of the movie before. I forgot what it was called. And it was not, it was okay. It was Return of the Vampire. Maybe that was the title. 1940s, I think, something. And not Universal Studios, but Columbia Pictures. And yeah, it was okay. Yeah. It had some humor interspersed through it. Not like the Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, which was just a comedy, which was a terrific film. But this was a drama / a little bit of comedy. It was pretty good. Jay Gray. Morty, your sense of humor, with a U, your sense of humor reminds me of Pi Dubois. I have no idea who Pi Dubois is. Let me look that up. Pi Dubois, a Canadian lyricist and poet, has worked mainly with Kim Mitchell and Max Webster. Don't know who they are. And occasionally Rush. Wow. Inducted into the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame. Yeah, never heard of him. Well, okay. Have you I've seen all the Abbott and Costello movies. Offhand, I can't remember them, okay? But the best, all things considered, might be Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. But I just huge Abbott and Costello fan. Mac Lobster, you're much more charming when you're not supplicating. Uh-oh, another dictionary word. It's a fine line between pleasure and pain. Remember that Star Trek episode with the drill thralls? And Kirk had to go in the ring with this, I remember her name, this beautiful, statuesque blonde, who, of course, they had to wear a thing around their neck, pleasure or pain, run by the master drill thrall. And that woman was a real beauty, but sad career. If you know who I'm talking of. Okay. Jay Gray is referencing his alien overlords. They communicate to him through pine cones. Pine cones? I don't like the sound of that. Wow. I'm getting email messages here. Let me check how much hate is coming in here. Oh, it's okay. Very good. Forbin Costello, when the first baseman picks up his paycheck, who gets it? Every dollar of it. Oh, I didn't read that very well, but that's it. That's absolutely correct. Pineal cones. Holy shit. Glandular talk. Yeah, there was a lot of face blasting on the dungeon. It was big time. I didn't participate in the face blasting, though I did make some comments in the chat. Patel, Morty, it does take great agility to be able to pivot from hate and viciousness to aliens and the supernatural. Very good point. Can't disagree with that. Though here we do anti-hate, anti-viciousness, and pivot to alien anal probing. So I kind of get it. Hello, Basil's Beazles. Okay, so who out there is going to be supporting Cucasello to go to Dubai with $5,000 of gifts and super chats? Anybody? Anybody out there going to be supporting Cucasello to go to Dubai with the $5,000 super chats? Yeah. Cucasello, man. Unbelievable. All right, let's see here. That's exactly what he sounds like. Yeah. Corbin, Hunter S. Thompson wrote about adrenochrome harvested from pineal glands of infants. I think it was fictional. Really? You think it's fictional? That Serbian mad woman, forgot her name, quote, artist, was in the adrenochrome thing with Hillary and the Clintons and the elite Illuminati people. They're into that shit. Yeah, I forgot her name, but oof. Okay, let's continue here. Did you hear about the large seizure of adrenochrome recently? It was kept hush-hush. Certainly not fictional. No, I don't believe it's fictional. No. P. Glenn, I've never super chatted that bird brain and never will. Really? Well, is Marcello the missing link? Between what and what? Right. Little Dave, if Cucasello wants to go to Dubai, he needs to stop fence sitting and participate in the Viscountess. He never sent me $100 for my birthday last summer. I was really hurt. No, actually I wasn't, but he demanded $100. Remember that video of him screaming, "You didn't send me $100," whoever that was directed towards. Morty, are you more of a Kim Basinger guy or a Michelle Pfeiffer guy? I have zero interest in Michelle Pfeiffer. Zero. I saw her once in person, and she has an absolutely huge forehead, kind of like an alien. I mean, very unsettling to see that. I guess Kim Basinger, because I liked her a lot in L.A. Confidential. She did a nice job, and whatever she saw in Alec Baldwin, at least she got away from him. So I would say definitely Kim Basinger. So the entire Baldwin family is just Anyway, okay. I'm not certain, but I do believe Morty starred in the Fabulous Baker Boys. Nope, not correct. Hardy No, the adrenochrome thing, I think it's real. Yeah. Green Man, Marcello's voice is so annoying. You think it's annoying? Really? Wow. Tommy's in the chat, participating in the chat, but not on the panel. No, I didn't even put the invite link. If anybody wants to join the panel, here's the link. It's totally optional, totally unnecessary, but we'll be here for a while. So if anybody wants to do any panel talk, there's the link. And there it is. Okay. Tommy, Jay Gray, you could if Mortimer would give you a wrench. Jay Gray, you could if okay. Yeah, I was kind of like shocked. Not shocked. Like, wow, what a forehead. You know who else has a gigantic forehead? There's an actress who was on... we got a guest backstage. Give me 1 second on this story. There's an actress who was on one of those Melrose Place types of shows for a number of years. Let me see if I can remember her name. I saw her in the Mid-Wilshire area coming out of a nightclub. as I was going in, kind of one of those things. Marcia Cross. She was in Knots Landing. What was that show she was on? That was Melrose Place, or what was it? Knots Landing. She did all kinds of shows, but Desperate Housewives. What the hell was that show she was on? Well, you probably, if you know who she is, you know who she is. But what the hell was it? Shit. This would have been in the 90s, or what the hell was that? I gotta look it up. What the hell are you saying? You saying you want a piece of me? What the hell was that show? Ally McBeal? No. Melrose Place. Yeah, 114 episodes in the 90s. Yeah. Absolutely gigantic forehead. I mean, definitely alien there. I mean, wow. Rich Mitch would love a wrench, feel naked without one. Really? Wow. Okay, Jay Gray, we should do a show on a burner account. And what is the problem with the Baldwins? Getting close to home with that? Baldwins, well, the guy kills the film director, and he says the gun went off by itself. And then just last week, there's a news clip of him ramming his car. I think it was a Range Rover or Land Rover, something like that. He rammed it into a tree on the right side of the lane, and he blamed the tree. I mean, and the guy's a lunatic. He's out of his mind. He's uncontrollable temper. He's a liberal fanatic, a lunatic mental case. Wishing for conservative people he's named that he wishes them would die. They must die. And his acting brothers are just unwatchable. And they all look weird. All four of them look really weird, especially the other three. Okay. Let's continue on here. When does the hurricane segment of the show begin? What hurricane? Yeah, I don't know who that is. Okay. Seen the footage of the Air Force flying through the eye of the hurricane? No, I haven't seen that. That sounds pretty good. Yeah, and his wife, Ilaria. She's completely nuts. Did you see her? She's born and raised in Massachusetts, total white bread family. Long time Boston, family. And she convinced herself by being delusional that she's Spanish. And she went on talk shows talking in a Spanish kind of accent. And she did one cooking show, like one of those Good Morning Boston kind of shows, one of those things. And she's talking to the show hostess. And she's putting ingredients on the chopping block, chopping board and the mixer and all that. And she points to a cucumber and she goes, "Now we're going to need one of what?" And she points to the cucumber and she says, "And we're also going to add one of these. How you call this? How you call this?" And the hostess goes, "Cucumber." She goes, yes, cucumber, right?" And then she, slices the cucumber. Absolutely insane, deranged. Anyway, okay. Yeah, his wife used a fake accent. Jesus. Who does that? They're the fake accent people. Tommy, Mortimer, if you could buy 3 watches regardless of budget, what would you want the most? I would get an Glasuta Original Senator Excellence, 40 mil. I've seen it in person and tried it on, in fact, a long time ago at a Seattle dealer. Not that I'm ever going to go to Seattle again, but it's a perfect everyday watch, but a dress quality, luxury quality, all right? I would, second, I would buy this. Let me get the picture up there. Here we go. Rolex day date in the very gay light sky blue dial. $70,000, platinum. I'd buy this. And third watch, I buy a Laco hand-wound Bremerhaven. You got a complete collection. You got a Handaufzug Laco, made in Germany. You got the Rolex to be a poseur. Get the fuck out of my way. I got the sky blue platinum day date. Okay. And we got the Laco, the Rolex, and the Glasuta Original, which is actually a very great quality watch. And the dial is simple and functional with good lume. So there's your answer, Tommy. Can I get 99 cents for that answer? Or 99.99? That was a very complete answer, Tommy. How about a 99.99 super chat, Tommy? What do you say, buddy? Morty needs the money. You can't imagine how much I'm tired of begging. I'm supposed to be a vulture, you know. Oh, I thought that was a great answer, Tommy. I gave you the 3 specifics. What do I get for it? Nothing. Just face blasting. From those, they're the face blaster people. P. Glenn, anyone with wealth and power can get away with murder in the U.S. It has happened time and time again. That is absolutely true. It's gone on since the beginning. I gave a great answer to this question. Honest, direct, precise, and immediate. I get nothing for it. Nothing. Ah, it's so depressing. He lies. No guests. At least not me. Who lies? Who's a liar? Okay. Jimmy likes this date. It's platinum. Do you people say platinum or platinum? Platinum. I say platinum. I bet you Hoff would say platinum. I don't know. I've never talked to him. But I would say platinum. But it's spelled platinum. So some people probably say platinum. But not me. To me, it's platinum. Okay. Morty likes the Omega Globemaster. I like that piece a lot way back. I was very close to buying it, but I decided, what am I going to do with a $6,000 watch? Besides, I know what you people are thinking, but yeah. Patel, Morty, are you subconsciously scrolling the mouse pointer around the bust of a diner employee on your background? No, it's in the chat and just on the main screen. Is it showing up on the busty waitress? No, that wasn't planned at all. That was just okay. All right, let's. Where are we here? Okay, Mac Lobster. Which word is that K is muckraking in the verses? Will you be backhanding that biatch? I have no issues with K at all. I've talked to her once, maybe twice on a panel, and I don't have any reason to commit any slap her around. Are you kidding? No way. The other people are the backhanders. I have no issues with K whatsoever. I like when Morty says biatch. Well, that was even better. Was that I forgot this word again? In The Sopranos, when they were making the movie on the street, and they didn't, and that demented lunatic Janine Garofalo wanted a better word than cunt, and Christopher gave her the word not bukake. It was and she liked it, so they redid the scene with that word. Forgot the word. Yeah, well, whatever. Yeah, Laco, baby, made in Germany, 100 years plus heritage, 64.98 in the movement. Looks fantastic. Subdial is loomed, the Super Luminova, and classic German styling, German heritage, traditional classic design on the dial. It comes in a 43 and a 39. I would buy the 39. Tommy, super chat. No, it's not a super chat. Tommy, channel member for 5 months, says thank you, but no moolah, no money. Yeah, you see, I explained this about the Velcro shoes, but the psychopaths, they get off on this. I will tell you this. I will do this for a proper super chat. I will go to a podiatrist, okay, with the psychopath guy, and have at the same time, a comprehensive foot exam. And we can compare my foot health to his flat-footed, compressed, flat feet, broken toe, broken ankle, twisted ankle, flat foot, foot. Okay? And see who has the better foot health. All right? There you go. That's out there. And again, as I'll repeat it because it's so simple. I never had Velcro shoes before. When I was in Japan, okay, for a number of years, you take your shoes on and off multiple times a day. And many times it's in a very fine restaurant, and they have like cubby holes along the wall, and you put your shoes in there. It's a pain in the butt taking them on. Then you got to lace them up, unlace them, lace them up. So I said to some Japanese, I said, this is a pain. I mean, all respect to the tradition, this is a fucking pain in the ass taking the shoes on and off all day. And they said, listen, you stupid gringo, what are you wearing laced dress shoes for, or laced anything? Everyone here wears slip-on loafers or Velcro shoes. You just slide them on, slide them off. Put your foot in, you take your foot out. You put your foot in, you take your foot out. You put the other foot in, you pull the other foot out. Simple as shit. So I looked around, and all the other Japanese guys are wearing slip-on loafers and or Velcro shoes. Slide in, slide out. Slide in, slide out. So I bought my first pair of Velcro shoes for casual when I was in Japan, and I stopped wearing my laced dress shoes, and I bought loafers, and it's phenomenal. So I kind of got into the habit of, they fit great, and the shoes are good, so they're very comfortable. I can't imagine being 500 pounds, the damage that would do to one's feet. Just totally break bones, break tendons, absolute, flat foot, turn you into having flat feet and walking problems and hip damage, knee damage. I mean, it's incredible. My feet and leg muscles and everything completely healthy. Great shape. Okay, but I'll get attacked again for the Velcro shoes, because of the viscountness. Okay, Foreman, mushroom barley is all Tommy gets. How about a mulligatawny or a trad French onion soup? Mushroom barley, if it's done right at the right restaurant, is just a fantastic soup. I mean, it is so great. Have that with some buttered rye bread, warm rye bread right from the deli. Butter it up, baby. And French and mushroom barley soup is just phenomenal. Okay, now this isn't really the narc, is it? I don't see how it would be. Oh, what was it? What was I saying? Yeah. Okay, I guess that was narc, but I thought I had banned him, but I just banned him. I thought I did that a week or two ago. See, I got so much administrative work to do. But, yeah, you're banned, man. Don't come back. Unless you got a $500 super chat. Or a $500 PayPal. PayPal's international. So get the fuck out of here, you scum. Scum-sucking scum pig. All right, so let's get back to the chat here. Where are we? Mushroom barley soup. For the win. Okay, Tommy. Glasuta original. Great choice. Day date. Great choice. Okay, Tommy gives a thumbs up on the Glasuta original. Senator Excellence. And great choice. Can't get better than that. You never get a better choice than that. Okay. Day date. Platinum. Blue dial. Light blue dial. Great choice. Fantastic. And the Laco, yeah. Well, the Laco would be everyday knock around kind of watch. Like if I were going to the baseball game, which I don't do, if I were going ice skating at the park, out by Montauk Point, if I were going ice skating out at Montauk Point in Rhode Island, I'd wear the Laco. Okay. The Platinum Day Date is for dress occasions. Okay. Or for meeting with Tommy at the pizzeria. I'd wear the Platinum Day Date with the light blue dial. And the Glasuta Original is for dinner dates, lunch dates, going on a date. Someday I just want to feel extra good about myself. But I don't want to risk getting clubbed over the head in downtown Portland by wearing the Platinum Daytona. No one's going to get mugged for wearing a Glasuta Original. So fantastic. Thank you, Tommy. And he didn't say Laco, I'm going to vomit. He said Laco, so terrific. Mike, the mistake. Morty, how do you pronounce aluminum? There's no I. See, ALUMINUM is the word aluminum. But the Brits go aluminium. They also say controversy. They go, it's so bizarre how they say controversy. Controversy. And hey, but they're from England, and the language is called English. So, I mean, what can you say, But no one here says aluminium. Controversy. I mean, all that kind of weird stuff. Okay. Very good. 30 people watching. Thank you very much. Today's show is, Morty needs the money badly. I mean, Morty is dying, my friends. Independent Morty is dying. Okay. Morty needs the money because the other people don't want it. They don't need it. I mean, they want it. They like it, but they don't need it. Now, this is a picture of Montauk Point, Long Island, New York. It's the easternmost part of Long Island, and which is right next to New York City, for those who may not know. And tomorrow I'm doing a show about Montauk, which is going to be phenomenal. I mean, it's just going to be gold. As long as I can technically set it up, I'm going to have to do a couple private streams to practice it because I'll be using advanced technology. But it's going to be fantastic. I hope you get to watch it live or the replay. And here we are at Morty's Diner. Okay. Yeah, I did hear on today's dungeon, the first half of which I watched, which was a lot of face blasting against Watch Nicholas. I mean, Jesus, it was incredible. Wow, really amazing. Okay, let me catch up here. Let me catch up. Hold on. Narc. Yeah, okay, we got rid of Narc. At the end of the day, I will have to say, what does that mean? Is that a JB impression? Yeah, flat, fuck-footed, flat, fuck-footed fanatic, That's all, all he can do is pick on other people. That's all he does. It's his nature, But anyway, okay, let's get back to some more pleasurable content here. Little Dave, I would imagine a former 468-pounder's foot health probably isn't the best. Well, there's whole leg health. Hips, joints, knee, ankle, feet, toes. Just crushed into ultimate flatness and damage. They're Japanese. It's a European handbag. Right? It's not a purse. It's European. I've never worn Skechers in my life. I mean, it's not a brand I know anything about. That's it. Slide in, slide out. It was great. The first time I bought dress loafers in Japan, it was phenomenal. Just slide in, slide off, slide on. They kind of shuffle. Pavel, thank you so much. $9.99 super sticker. Thank you for the channel support because Morty needs the money. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a mess. The body, I have a picture. I'm going to show, if I can find it in my somewhere in my computer. It's a university photo, university medical school photo. And if I can find it, I'll show it. It's unbelievable. It's not aimed at anybody in particular. It's just an amazing photo. like a full body. Well, I'll show it if I can find it. Venous insufficiency. Mulligatawny is tremendous. I've never had mulligatawny. Look, if Tommy's having mulligatawny, I'll get some too. But show sponsor, right? Pavel. Okay, Huff on Smash. Hey, man. Okay, totally agree. Mushroom barley could. Well, you see, Huff, you're in the New York area. You've been to actual restaurants, not Taco Bell. Okay, so very good. Okay, totally agree. Mushroom barley could be amazing. It could be if it's done right. Okay. If Paco is working that day, you might find a rubber band in your bowl of mushroom barley, but that just means the right guy is making it that day. So, my favorite diner soup is cream of turkey or seafood bisque in the right one. Wow, cream of turkey. Wow, that sounds great. Thank you, Huff. Narc thought he could just skate on and like nothing happened. Yeah, well, okay. Huff on Smash. Have you ever been to Cozy Soup and Burger by Astor Place? Best split pea ever. Man, I really love split pea soup, but I hate it when some places when they make split pea, they put pieces of bacon in it. And I don't understand. I know people are bacon crazy, but I don't want bacon in pea soup. When I get to New York, I'm going to look that up. Cozy Soup and Burger, Astor Place. I'm going to go there, Huff. I'm going to go. Tommy. Another question without a super chat. Thoughts on the Tissot PRX Mortimer? It's a very nice beginner's watch, for a teenager. That's what it is, Or it's a nice watch for somebody who knows nothing about watches, and they saw it at the mall at the the Kay's Jewelers or wherever, and they go, "This looks nice." And that's all it is. Yeah. Okay. Laco is a little close to Der Führer. Well, it was one of the selected watches producing watches for the Luftwaffe, the Wehrmacht. And so what? They demanded quality, and Laco provided. The people who made the watches back then, they're not around anymore, so there's no problems. Okay. Dr. Bob is here. I don't know what to do about Dr. Bob. It's I'm thinking on it. Let's see here. Forbin, confession. I hate mushrooms. They are tasteless like wood chips, and when they're growing, they look alien. Any spore creature is scary. We have an anti-mycologist here. He's the wow, that's a tough one. He's the anti-mycologist. Jesus. Tommy, is it true, McLobster? I know he gave out longas as gifts. Oh, here we have Hitler talk. That old longa actually became glasuta original. Only those left-hand driving people say aluminium. Yeah, I'd be afraid to drive in England. Because I don't know how it would be so disorienting. The steering wheel is on the right side. Is that right? No. In England, the steering wheel is on the left side, but they drive on. I don't know. It's. I have to watch. I don't know. It's too. It's too much. How can we get Narc unbanned? Well, that's a tough one, Hoff. That's a tough one. I'm going to compromise on Narc, okay? 750, Cash App, PayPal, not Super Chat. Cash App, PayPal, Ko-Fi, Narc can unban himself. People can't pay on behalf of him. It has to be a matter of penance. 750, Narc can come back. Yes, the Luftwaffe wore Laco, absolutely. All right. Mike the Mistake. And that's U.S. dollars, not Australian pesos. Mike the Mistake. $2 from Canada. Thank you very much, Mike. Morty, do you accept Canadian currency? Absolutely. Absolutely. We love the Canadian stuff. Thank you, Mike. Forbin. Morty, great documentary on the Tick House. that was redone by original Dick Cavett. The Tick House. I'm not familiar with that. Redone to original by Dick Cavett. I'm not a Dick Cavett fan, really. He's such a poseur with his Yale degree. He would talk about that endlessly on his Dick Cavett show in the '60s, all about Yale. But not like Bill Buckley would talk about going to Yale. This guy just, what a poseur, you know. Anyway, I could see Morty being a crackerjack lighthouse operator. I think that could be a pretty good job in Montauk. Well, yeah, I would do that job as long as there's a Chick-fil-A somewhere nearby or a good mushroom barley restaurant. I would bring the mushroom barley soup with me to lunch in a huge thermos bottle and do my shift at the lighthouse. Actually, you live at the lighthouse, so that would be pretty good. I could DoorDash it to DoorDash the mushroom barley soup. Mac Lobster. I like how the Japanese often provide a shoehorn. Love a shoehorn. That's why I support the Vultureverse. Wasn't there someone on the backstage before? And I said, I'll be just a minute. I think I fucked up. Well, okay. Shoehorns are way better than Archie horns. Back when I was a kid, everybody had shoehorns. Now you never see them. I put bacon on my bagel and cream cheese. Well, yeah, okay. Hey, Dr. Bob, I don't know. We got to do something about Dr. Bob because he's gone the route of viscountness. And very big disappointment. I was, I'm not patting myself on the back, but I was urging people to, check out Bob's channel, post a link on my show. And actually, it's very funny because I said, I was very happily posting the link to his channel, and trying to build up his audience, his subs number. And I said, it's just about 3 more months, and then he'll be doing all kinds of hate shows about me. But it took a lot shorter than 3 months. Man, it's tough out here. Yeah. Okay, let's get back to the content here. All right, so we left off with Mike the Mistake. Thanks again. The Dick Cavett comment. Okay. Shoehorn talk. Very good. So Uzi is worth, well, I wouldn't use the phrase worth more, but his penance is higher. That's true. So Uzi's penance is more than Narc. Ouch. 1K for Uzi. Well, I offered him 500. And for some reason, he took 500 as 200. And that wasn't the offer. I mean, it was very simple. The offer was 500 for that day. And he sent 2. Well, that wasn't the deal. So I returned the 200. It was as simple as that. The deal was 500. So, but anyway, it doesn't matter. He whatever. Okay. Narc hasn't super chatted since the Australian-Grecian conflict of '82. Holy shit. Well, Jimmy, he's been hanging around with the Viscountess and not standing up for his friend Morty and letting it all happen. I mean, what can I tell you? It's Viscountess, yeah. A willing participant in the Viscountess. No, not for a while, MT. I mean, no. Mac Lobster, can we get some Morty's most wanted posters on the diner walls, like on the way to the bathrooms? Wow, that's an interesting idea. Very, very good idea. All right, let's take a little break here.
The time has come. Why give your money away to people that don't need it? Morty needs the money. It's time to make it rain, bitches. Morty's Diner. Why give your money away to support a lifestyle? Give it to someone that needs it, appreciates it, and respects it.
World's best video. World's best YouTube video right there. Yep. Barry, hey, Barry. How many parts are in this series of Morty Needs the Money? This is part 8 of, I think we'll go for the whole month. This is the month, you know. The news came out just recently that they don't need the money, those other channels. They don't need the money. They want the money. They enjoy getting the money so they can have fun spending it. But Morty needs the money. I'm tired of going to the food bank for those cans of beans and jars of peanut butter. You think I'm joking? Well, okay, you know. Morty's upping his AI game. Well, you know, we're trying to provide original and quality content. We don't rip off other people's material for their content. To make content, we provide our own original, unique content. Hey, the channel viewership just dropped down to 9. You know what that means? That means, you know what it means? Let's take a look at who's on YouTube. Let's take a look here. That means the viscountness is flowing, baby. Let's see if anybody else is on. I wonder who. I wonder who. You know who that song was by? That was a Rory Gallagher song. Who's that? I wonder who's going to be your big man when I'm gone. I wonder who. Oh, a great song. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're on, maybe they're not. But, you know, they're out there planning their next viscountness. Because they can't stop. They can't stop. 11 viewers. Okay, let's get on here. Mike, the mistake. Is Morty using the money to go whoring in Shenzhen or Shenzhen? No. I have zero interest in going to China. I really do. I would not feel safe or comfortably confident in my safety going to China. Macau has some of the greatest hookers, huas, some of the best huas in the world in Macau. I mean, just unbelievable. I would feel a little better doing a quick visit to Macau or Hong Kong than the rest of China. But going to Shenzhen or Shanghai or any other mainland Chinese city, I'm just not going to go. But the hooer quality in Macau is, I've watched videos on that. It's just, whoa, man. Okay. People will probably be in and out from JJ's. JJ knows where Montauk is. Damn right he knows where Montauk is. Damn right. He may have even been there. By way of Buffalo to Concord, New Hampshire, then you hook a left and there's Montauk. Okay. China's extremely safe. Really? So when they run tanks over their own citizens, that shows how safe they are. Okay, good. Safer than Chicago. Well, now you make a very good point. That's a very interesting comment, MT. It's safer than Chicago. Might even be safer than Portland. China's safer than Chicago. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Barry, I would never go to China again. Once was enough. I did enjoy Macau. You went to Macau, you lucky biatch. I did enjoy Macau and Hong Kong. Yeah, I mean, it's not in my top 5 places I would want to go to. I'd rather go to, as I mentioned, Germany, Canada. I mean, a full trip of Canada on the Via Canada Rail, coast to coast, luxury class would be phenomenal. But I don't get 5,000 for that, like the other guy who gets to go to Dubai on 5,000 super chats. I would go to England 1, Germany 2. Those 2 right there would satisfy almost all my world travel. I mean, anything after that is just extra whipped cream, extra bonus. Canada 3. Okay. I'd like to go to the Philippines, but it's just the gigantic bugs and the hot weather. I don't want to deal with that. Okay. And South Korea, I don't know anymore. Germany, England, Canada, Japan, again, so much I could do in Japan. That would be 4. And 5, let me think carefully. 5. Australia, because I know so many people in Australia, not YouTube people, I mean real people, personal friend people, and Australia, 5. Those are the 5. And other countries as well, but those would be the first 5. England, without question, number 1. Okay, let's continue. I'm getting hungry. I need a Dirk Diggler dinner special. Grilled cheese sandwich and tomato soup. McLobster. Spent 6 weeks in rural China, never felt danger once. Well, I mean, fantastic. But you're not suffering from my mental phobias and anxiety and panic, and I don't know how many cases. I don't know how long a supply of benzos I could take with me if I went to China. That's the problem. I need those benzos. The news business, right? How's the game going? 10. I guess that means the baseball game. Jay's up 2-1. Did I tell you about a month or 2 or 3 ago? I watched the Bad News Bears, which I saw once before and didn't really think much about it, with Walter Matthau and Vic Morrow. And I was really impressed. That is a really good film. I mean, really, really good. Apparently, Walter Matthau and Vic Morrow must have been good friends, because in the Elvis Presley movie, King Creole, which I watched a few years ago for the first time, it starred Elvis Presley and Vic Morrow and Walter Matthau. And, Elvis is Elvis, Walter Matthau played a gangster who ran New Orleans. And Vic Morrow was a street punk in Walter Matthau's gang. And it was okay. It might be the best of all the Elvis movies. I can't comment on that, not being an Elvis movie guy, but it might be the best of all the Elvis films. And so Vic Morrow and Walter Matthau probably became good friends back in the late 50s, both being New York actor guys. And I wouldn't be surprised if Walter Matthau told, when they were making Bad News Bears, I don't know this, but I wouldn't be surprised if he said, let's get Vic Morrow in the other part. Which was a great fit, especially at the end when he cracks up and hits the kid. His own son in the movie, he slaps him in the face and goes absolutely nuts. That was terrifically done. Very good film. I mean, Bad News Bears, Walter Matthau, Vic Morrow. Check it out. Look who's here. You see, he's back again. You see? Speaking of mental illness. Okay, let's continue on. JB last night gave me a great suggestion, but I forgot to implement it in tonight's show. But I'll remember for the next show. Major League Baseball needs to milk Dodgers, but mainly the Ohtani wave for as long as possible. Oh, baseball talk. I don't know anything about it. Morty hasn't liked America's pastime since the Dodgers left Brooklyn during the sophomore year. Well, I really don't know. Those are the Jackie Robinson years, and I don't know anything about it. Okay. Why do you want to visit England? Because there's so much history. It's unbelievable. So many places to visit in the historical vein. That would be one thing to explore all over England, all the way from Penzance all the way up to Hadrian's Wall, and all stops in between. Okay, and then the food. I want to sample. I want to test, research fish and chip shops all the way from Penzance to Southend-on-Sea, all the way up to Whitby, and find the best one. Okay, I heard there's one in Whitby, which is one of the very best in the country, according to fish and chips people on YouTube who do fish and chips channels in England. Okay, and I want to see the scenery. I want to talk to the English people. I want to go to all the traditional sightseeing places, and the ones that are less frequented, that are just be fascinating to me. And I want to go to real English country pubs, and I mean, real English countryside pubs, and it'd just be 30 days would go by like nothing, Rich Mitch, I live next to Hadrian's Wall. Son of a bitch. How about that? Okay. And I mean, it's the home of it's the best of so much stuff, I want to see the weather. I want to ride on the barges. I want to see the castles, the ruins, the abbeys, famous people's homes, all the villages that are famous, seaside towns that are famous. I want to do all the tourist stuff. Jack the Ripper tour, McLobster. The best fish and chips I had was in Scotland, not England. Well, that's certainly possible. If I get there, I'll ask you if you can tell me the name of the place, if you remember. It is much the same as most walls. Well, it may be, but there's history to it, baby. But I'd love to get to Whitby, and there's some, it'd just be endless. Easy 30-day trip. I mean, it would cost a lot of money. What I could do with $5,000 on an England trip would be unbelievable. It wouldn't be enough. Well, I mean, I'd have to stay at Pod 51 type of places. And the airfare to England would not be that bad. It would be and also, all the signs are in English. And all the people speak English. Except those newer people, the colonizers, they don't speak English. So there would be a little bit of danger in certain neighborhoods, but, right. Thoughts on JLC, Mortimer? Another question without a 99-cent super chat. Thoughts on JLC? Well, my thoughts, not being a watch guy, Reverso, I guess, is nice. Okay. Archie once did a show at one of his videos. He was walking along, what's that town where he goes to right by the beach? Gold Coast or someplace. And he walked into a jewelry store and they had a solid gold Reverso. on a gold bracelet. The thing looked incredibly great. So that, yeah, okay, I can see that. And Polaris, yeah, I mean, it's okay, but is it really that much better than my Victorinox Swiss Army? I mean, I don't know. So, yeah, I would rather have the Glasuta Original, Senator Excellence, than a JLC. P-Clan, for Morty to go outside with his mental anguish, he needs to get into a mental state like those karate guys before they break the bricks. That's kind of true. I also need to load up on the benzos before I go outside as well, but okay. Morty, don't give away your pearls for free. You're absolutely right, Dick Insider. Questions have to have, well, I can't say have to, but questions, I mean, real questions should have a super chat accompanying it. I mean, it's only fair. Because Tommy's probably going to give 500 or 1,000 to Marcelo to go to Dubai and not even think twice about it. Or maybe not, but I don't know. Tommy, so Glasuta Original is better than JLC? Well, it's not a matter of better, it's just a matter of personal preference, okay? They're both top-line brands, top-quality brands, but my preference would be for Glasuta Original over JLC. Okay, and Grand Seiko is better than Rolex, better than Omega. No, I'm not saying that, Tommy. I'm saying in terms of personal preference, I would like the Glasuta Original, and I would like the Glasuta, the Rolex Platinum light blue dial day date, $70,000. That's with sales tax. If there was a Rolex dealer in Portland that could get this, if there were a Rolex dealer in Portland that could get this, then it would be $65,000 because there's no sales tax in Portland, at least at this time. And yeah. So it's a matter of preference, not an overall statement of greatness or quality greatness. Pete Helms, how you doing, Pete? Google AI reporting highest wind gust from Jamaica hurricane is 252 miles per hour. Holy shite. This may be the high estimate from Chase Plane Kermit, but gives you an idea of a Category 5 power. I haven't seen any news reports about this hurricane. So I will look at that later tonight over my can of soup. Morty, thoughts on Paddock? Thoughts on Paddock? I'd rather, truly, this is a true answer. I'd rather have a Longa Unzunda. I'd rather have one of those than a Paddock. Okay? Paddock makes a watch. The Aquanaut is nice, but they put it on a plastic strap. Am I incorrect? Am I wrong? They put it on a plastic strap, or is it a rubber strap? And it's like, what? Why don't they put the Aquanaut on a fine leather strap? That would look nicer. And they do make one, I don't know what they call it. Travel time? No, that's something else. I mean, I don't know what it is, but it looks like a regular watch, normal kind of watch. That would be okay, but, yeah, okay. Do you think your obsession with German products is a form of absolution? No! I like all kinds of products from all kinds of countries. But you need to do something different than just be sucked up into the Rolex marketing, propaganda. I've never seen any brand ambassadors for Glasuta Original or the other German brands. I mean, who would they hire? Boris Becker? I mean, that would be okay. Or, somebody like that. I don't know, Klaus Kinski, that would be all right. He's kind of strange. And the Rolex is just nonstop in your face, fuck you if you don't have a Rolex. And I wouldn't want to go along with that shit. Stronger than Katrina. Wow. Barry, yeah. Making me crazy with all this hurricane talk, man. Oh, I get it. Yeah, I don't do a Ricardo Tubbs Jamaican accent. So I don't, yeah, but get it. Got it. Boris Becker is in prison? Okay, well, how about the Michael Schumacher? Is a brand ambassador for Glasuta Original. Don't tell me he's dead or in prison. Or how about Claudia Schiffer? He could be a brand ambassador. How about Higgins? He could be the brand ambassador. Not going to get better than that. Pete Helms, reported to be second strongest hurricane in Atlantic Caribbean corridor. Well, I got to watch some news on that. I haven't seen anything about it. I didn't know Boris Becker's in prison. Why is he in prison? What did he do? Allegedly. Or if he was convicted, I mean, what did he do? Jeez, incredible. Okay, I picked Boris Becker to be brand ambassador for Glasuta Original, and McLobster tells me he's in prison. So I say, okay, well, how about Michael Schumacher? And Dickens says he's in a coma. I mean, obviously, I'm not up on German celebrities. I got to look this up. He's in a coma. What the hell's he in a coma from? Too much YouTube? Or? Let me see what this is here. I'm looking. Personal life. Before his skiing accident in 2013, he enjoyed philanthropy. Skiing accident. He fell and hit his head on a rock, sustaining a serious head injury despite wearing a ski helmet. This was 2013. According to his physicians, he would most likely have died had he not been wearing that helmet. He was airlifted to Grenoble Hospital, underwent 2 surgical interventions. He was put into a medically induced coma because of traumatic brain injury. In April 2014, he was showing moments of consciousness as he was gradually withdrawn from the medically induced coma. In 2016, his lawyer, speaking on his behalf, said he cannot walk. His family has maintained strict privacy about his condition. In 2023, some magazine, without permission, published some stuff about him that was personal. And the family said they would sue the Viking magazine, which fired the editor because of that. The magazine paid the family 200,000 euros for. Okay. Holy shit! He's surrounded by really bad people. So he's in a coma. Health condition is closely guarded by his family. Wow, amazing. All right, let's go with Claudia Schiffer. David Hasselhoff. Absolutely no way. Maybe for Squale, not for Geo. Hingis is a brand ambassador for the Tip Top Snack Bar. Wow. Skiing accident. Well, Sonny Bono died from a skiing accident. It's a dangerous sport, or it can be, like anything else. He now lives in Switzerland. Okay. Congratulations, little Dave. You just had a steak dinner. And so did McLobster. Ribeye, mushrooms, creamed spinach. Barry says he was in a medically induced coma for 2 weeks. Not to be recommended. Wow. I'm not in a steak mood tonight. I'm into the Dirk Diggler dinner special. Grilled cheese and a bowl of tomato soup. I mean, sounds great. Okay, let's scroll back here at the channel support for poor Morty. And nothing received. half hour. Last super chat was 45 minutes ago. $2 Canadian from Mike the Mistake. Oh, it's so disheartening, so depressing. Oh, why do I do it? Pete Helms, Hurricane Katrina had higher death and destruction level, but technically Hurricane Melissa more powerful winds per AI. I see. Dave only eats red meat once a week or so. Ribeye just hits harder. Hoff! Hey, Hoff. I love a happy waitress. It's grilled cheese with tomato and bacon, baby. Yeah, speaking of great waitresses, over here at the diner, we've got them, man. They're beautiful and they're terrific servers. They're just a delight. Yeah, the very, very gay ice blue dial, baby. Yeah. I think that blue dial, the more I look at it, I think it would be very FU. I got the platinum Daytona. I got the platinum day date. Get the F out of my way. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, I'm getting hungry for dinner, and I'm not getting any support from the pay pigs. I don't have any pay pigs. The other channels, they've got the pay pigs. I don't have any pay pigs. I get the EDMMs and the EDMs, the everyday millionaires, but they don't. Sometimes I don't even get 99 cents from the everyday millionaires. It's so depressing. So depressing. But, you know, here we're just the Vulture channel. I don't steal other people's content. I don't do 3-hour shows of stealing other people's content. But I'm the Vulture. Unbelievable. Yeah, we're doing our best to keep the YouTube ecosystem disease-free. You know, maggot-free. We're trying. We're doing our job. So, okay. Let's get back to the chat. Where are we? Barry, I think OC ruined that watch for me. Not that I would buy one anyways. I mean, the platinum Rolex or any platinum Rolex. Yeah, I know what you mean. Why would anybody listen to a alleged high roller Rolex guy who has a backyard above ground pool, and he's a Rolex millionaire? Oh man. Fucking hell. Oh man. Oh man. Oh, man, oh, man. Oh, I gotta get control of myself here. Yeah, I mean, just think of the absolute absurdity. I mean, the absolute mind-boggling absurdity of a Rolex poseur face blasting his audience with knowledgeable elitism and Rolex talk and Day Dayton Daytona Platinum talk. And he's got a backyard above ground pool. Oh, man. Absolutely amazing. Patel, why did KFC taste so much better in the 80s? Well, that's a very good observation. I think you're probably right. It probably tasted better in the 60s because the chickens were more chicken and less chemicals. More chicken and less, GMO. They were more chicken and less growth hormone. That's probably why. Yeah. Japanese KFC is pretty damn yummy. Hey, Barry, I'll tell you a true story. I went to a Japanese KFC and I ordered whatever it was, and it comes with French fries. And the clerk, the guy behind the counter, or the girl, I asked, ketchup, please. Ketchup kudasai. And the guy gave me one ketchup packet, one Heinz ketchup packet, which, as an American, you would well know, we need ketchup. One ketchup packet is not good for anything. You need 5, 6, 7 ketchup packets, at least. Okay. Wendy's, at least they have their own self-serve giant tub dispenser of ketchup. You can pump out as much as you want. Pump, get as much ketchup as you need. Okay. And that's the way to do it. Anyway, but this is Japan. So I said to the guy in Japanese, I said, can I have some more ketchup, please? And he looked at me like, nani? I said, more ketchup, please. I need more. And he couldn't do it because the policy is one ketchup. So he actually had to go over to the manager and ask if he could give away more than one packet of ketchup to a customer. And then the manager, this is a true story. Then the manager came over and said, can I help you? And I said, well, yeah, can I have more ketchup, please? And he looked so like, what do I do? Because in Japan, if you ask a question and they don't have an answer, they always have a loose leaf, a binder of company policies, and they'll go and look up what to say. And if it says one packet of ketchup per person in store operations in the manual, they don't know what to do if somebody asks for, can I have more? So he gave me one extra, which is still not enough. But why should I ruin his life? So I just said thank you, and amazing. That's a true story. Yep. Mac Lobster, $1.49 super sticker. Thank you so much, Mac Lobster. Really appreciate the channel support. It's so needed. Hey, Max Carter, how you doing? That was a great stream. What? Me? My channel or some other channel? Which stream? MT85, $5 super chat, channel member. Thank you for the support, MT85. Thank you very much. Mortimer's thoughts on Popeyes. Another quality question from Tommy without even a 99-cent super chat to accompany it. Oh, pain this guy inflicts on me is unbelievable. I've had Popeye 3 times, 2 times I know, 3 times maybe. First time was at a Popeyes in Los Angeles at the corner of Rossmore and near Hancock Park, Rossmore and I don't know, what is it, Pico? Olympic and Rossmore? I don't remember, but something like that. And this is in the 90s. And I went there and I didn't like it at all. The food was too spicy and I didn't like it. And too much breading on the chicken. So, yeah. And then I tried a Popeyes in Portland 7 or 8 years ago. And I thought, well, this was better. Very fatty, thick breaded chicken breast. You just taste the fat and the salt, and yeah, it was tasty. I can see why people go nuts when they run out of their promotion chicken discount package, and people line up for miles to get the chicken promo, and then they absolutely go freaking out when they run out of inventory, and then they just destroy the store. And I can't remember Popeyes well enough to recommend it or not. If you like it, you like it, but I remember it didn't interest me. It didn't interest me enough to want to go back. But look, if I'm hanging out with Tommy and he really wants to go to Tommy's, okay. I mean, Popeyes. Well, okay, yeah, I'll go. I guess I'd go along, even though it doesn't even include 99 cents with his questions. Barry, hey, Cello can still afford Starbucks every day without a jarb. Well, he's a millionaire. Think about it. He's got his watch collection is easily worth over $500,000. You know, so just put the numbers together. You know, is he a millionaire? I don't know, but he's got the millionaire's collection. I think we can all say that. Yeah. Mike, to Patel Philippe. Also, because we were kids in the 80s. That's true. What we thought of chicken as a 10-year-old is not going to be the same as what we think of chicken as a 40-year-old at KFC. All right, the Popeyes chicken sandwich is excellent. Hey, the last one I had, so I've only had Popeyes 2 times, and the second time was 7 years ago, so I really don't remember. But I remember, what I do remember was, well, this is not bad. That's about it. Okay. I'd have to go again. All right. Very good. P. Clen, you need a sugar daddy. You need a sugar daddy like Watch Nicholas, who has floozy. Well, Uzi, you know. Yeah. Yes, I believe it. But now they usually ask, how many ketchups do you want? Oh, that's a big change in policy if that's what they do now. Yeah. You know, a friend I had, this is another true story, Barry, another friend I had in Japan, a girl who, when she was college age, teenager age, 18, she worked at McDonald's, and I told her the ketchup story. And she told me, this is true, she told me at the end of every shift when they closed down for the night, she had to go to the basket that had the Heinz ketchup packages, and she had to count how many ketchup packets were in there and write it down on the clipboard checkout list. I mean, end of the day checklist. And so I said to her, the Heinz ketchup packets are basically of no value for the company. I mean, the acquisition cost of thousands and thousands and thousands of those are not even immaterial. I mean, they're not even worth keeping track of. But the Japanese thing is they would make the employee count all the ketchup packets remaining in the basket at the end of the day. For what reason? No reason. It was very Japanese business thinking. Very, what can you say? Because when they get that number, it doesn't mean anything. 75, 25, 15. It doesn't mean anything. All right, whatever. Surely they have a greedy American policy binder. Well, maybe, who knows? Okay, you're reacting to OC? LOL. Oh, I'm just offering commentary on the... and my commentary, Tommy, is deadly serious. Oh, speaking of millionaires, look who's here. Or half a millionaire, look who's here. Marcelo time. Marcelo, no send me birthday present. No $100 for birthday. But it's okay. I didn't think he would send me a, so it's all right. All right, Marcelo there. Barry, but Japanese McDonald's doesn't give extra nugget sauce anymore. You have to pay if you go past the 5 nugget per sauce ratio. Wow. Well, the nugget sauce probably costs more, than the Heinz ketchup packets. Oh, we got a guest backstage. I'll bring you on in just a second. Please stand by. Let me catch up on the comments. Mac Lobster, Morty, have you had relations with a Japanese bird? When I was there, it was... oh, yes. We're talking marriage talk and love hotels aplenty. And yes, leaving Japan was perhaps the biggest mistake in my life. No, I can't say that. My entire life has been one mistake after another. But leaving Japan was just a gigantic mistake. I should have stayed there. I had it made, baby. The Popeyes I go to has Filipino people working and is quite clean and good. Ah, Filipinos, you gotta love the Filipinas. Filipina, you gotta love them. They're so cute and giggly and so nice and courteous. Hello, Mr. Blonde.
I'm cooking dinner, man, but somebody in your chat, Morty, is typing the N word and the word kike.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Well, you know,
I'm cooking dinner, man. I just thought you didn't see it. You need to ban
I didn't
that
see it.
now.
Yeah, thank. Well, you know, they're retarded.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But since nobody in the chat wanted to let you know because they're all so fucking cool, I thought I'd come on and tell you.
Oh, thanks a lot. Well, I would have gotten to that, but I mean, it you know, it doesn't affect my channel. All they're doing is showing how sad
Yeah, I get it.
their life is.
Yeah, I get it.
They're home alone.
Yeah.
Guaranteed, their underwear is down.
Oh, yeah.
They've been jacking off all day long, and they're watching this show. They hate me so much. All they can do is hate, 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 while simultaneously jacking off. And that's all. That's who they are. I mean, it's just sad. Not for me, for them. They're pathetic.
Well, I care about your channel, buddy. I just want to
thank you very much, Jax.
Yeah. You're good, man. I'm cooking dinner. I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, thank you. See you later. Thank you.
Yeah, see you, brother.
All right, wasn't that nice? Very nice guy. Okay. Yeah, I'm just sad. I mean, I'm living in these people's heads. They can't stop, you know, and they always say, oh, I got 2 people watch my show, you know, and they can't stop thinking about me, talking about me. It's amazing. Yeah, let's go. Sad. All right, let's continue on here. Exactly, Max. Jesus. Yeah, I have a bunch of wrenches, but they're not here today. They all have real lives, you know. JB gave me a great suggestion. Yesterday he said put the chat on slow when you set up the shows on YouTube Studio. There's a slow format you can check off, and that's a great suggestion. I forgot to do it today, but yeah, I'll get it taken care of. Maybe add some new wrenches, because the others are they have real lives. They're busy people, you know. What is this, Darth Crappy? No, I don't think so. Young Meech. Uzi's on the turn. Jesus. All right. Okay. Chicken Sando time for Jax. Right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, sad guy. I don't do anything to him. He just can't stop attacking me and thinking about me and jerking off to me and fantasizing about me. And unbelievable. Yeah. Sad. Oh, he doesn't even eat the chicken sandwich. He has no dinner. Jack's looking for a new off-ramp. Really? Wow. You know, on the Horology Dungeon show today, the part that I watched, the first half of the show that I watched, somebody said, JB revealed that it's the person doing all those vile chat comments. Well, I'm not going to finish what he said. If you want to see that, just go check out the Dungeon channel and watch that show from today. Pretty unbelievable stuff. But, you know, it's just sad stuff. Yeah, all right. There we go. Another one bites the dust. Let's move on. Barry, why do the Japanese have the best denim? Japanese love denim, jeans. They love that stuff. It's amazing. Okay. Darth, the JB theory has some valid points. Yeah, it was yeah, amazing. Blaine, hello, Blaine. Darth, the commitment to excellence, and they have really fallen in love with Western culture. All right. Hey, 37 viewers. That's why we're getting attacks here, because they're frustrated, chronic masturbators, filled with hate and inner turmoil, inner pain. And they have to lash out at innocent others. It's very sad. And they can't stop. It's their compulsivity, their addictions, their zero impulse control. Zero. Not low impulse control, zero impulse control. Barry from Japan. Darth, high grade, long staple cotton. Ducking expensive though. Well, yeah, but the Japanese, they spend the big money for jeans. I couldn't believe it when I was there. They had vintage jeans shops, small shops of used, pre-owned, old Levi's. They were selling for hundreds of dollars. And I asked some Japanese, why would anybody pay hundreds of dollars to buy old, used Levi's instead of just going to the department store and buying something brand new? They said, oh, the quality is much better. The vintage is much better. And it's also status in the Japanese, When the first Starbucks opened in Sapporo when I was there, this girl told me that she waited online for like an hour to get a cup of Starbucks. This is true. She waited online for an hour to get a cup of Starbucks coffee. And then I said, well, okay. And then she said she felt this is true. She said she felt so good walking around in Sapporo, outside on the sidewalk, holding her Starbucks coffee cup as she was, taking a sip every once in a while. She was holding it to show off, to flaunt the Starbucks coffee cup. And I said, you really got that much psychic satisfaction? Well, I didn't say psychic satisfaction, but I said, you really enjoyed that, to show off the Starbucks coffee cup? And she goes, oh, yes. It was so great. Wow. Amazing. Darth, Tommy, that Nigel guy, really? Well, I don't know. That's what the JB was getting at. I don't know anything about it. Breitling Watch Time. Hey, man, how's it going? All kidding aside, your analysis isn't likely far off. Well, it's true. They're home alone all day long, and they realize they failed at everything in their life. They have money, but they're a failure. They know it, Socially unacceptable except for a gas station or a 7-Eleven, socially unacceptable, Masturbate all day, watch YouTube, and, spew the hate from their it boils over from their inner turmoil and inner demons, zero impulse control, and innocent people get the face blasting. That's okay. Tommy, that's Mike. Ross pays for used panties. Well, you can buy used panties in Japan in vending machines. That's absolutely true. And they have a picture of the girl, and you put in the money, and it gets a used panties. It's absolutely true. Now, some of the machines may also have a phone number scrolled, on a piece of paper where you can then you call the girl and you go up and you meet her for a session of joy and delight. Who wouldn't do that? Okay. Barry, I love denim, and the Japanese denim that can replicate the tiny fuzzy cotton dots on the denim commands higher price. Holy shit. Denim talk in a self face blasting format. Absolutely amazing. Dirk, do you go to Self Edge in San Francisco? Is that Castro District talk? What is that? Feels great, though. I like going commando when I wear my pair. Holy shit. Oh, completely. Yeah. Tommy, another question without a super chat of 99 cents minimum. Mortimer, if you were to give wrenches, who are your top three? Well, I have wrenches, but like I said, they're busy. I don't know. I don't have an answer to that question right now, Tommy. Okay. Gilden, only been to San Francisco once and only went to Alcatraz. I've been to Alcatraz twice, as a tourist, that is. Yes. Little Dave wants a wrench. Darth Diggler, been to the manhole? Uh-oh, Castro District talk. All right. Or as Watch Reporter would say, Chicago man's country bathhouse. Man, absolutely unbelievable. You know. Okay. Thanks again, Jax, for hopping on the show and all that. Great. Blaine called to Barry. Do you happen to play Mahjong? I like Mahjong. I'd be very happy to sit around and play Mahjong with a bunch of Japanese senior citizens, or go to a Japanese hostess bar and play Mahjong with the sexy 20-something girls. That'd be great. Barry, I hope those people fix the Tommy bot. I missed the little laugh at the beginning. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. From band to wrench holder. Now that's a hell of a journey. Or as Phil Leotardo said, now there's an image. McLobster, he said that last stream. Who are these wrenched crusaders who don't show up? For shame. Gilden, I don't want some gay man love in my Google search algorithm. Wow. Japan invented the automatic mahjong table. A wonderful invention. Automatic mahjong table. I don't know what that is, Blaine. That's very interesting. Well, if anyone's going to invent it, it would have been in Japan. Yeah. Wow. 14. You know, the show going 9 viewers, 14 viewers, 40 viewers, 30 viewers, 10 viewers, 40, 35. Big night on the Morty's Diner. Morty Needs the Money, Part 8. And I'll reread that. Morty needs the money. I mean, really. I don't do it just because it's fun to get the money and spend it on fun things. I need the money. People don't believe me, you know. Well, anyway, okay. Mahjong is too... I love Mahjong. It's a terrific game. Shot in the dark. Hey, buddy. How you doing? I got gun talk for you, Shot, but not on tonight's show because I don't know how many gun people are on the show tonight, and it might be boring for some people. Maybe next time coming up. By the way, if I can figure it out technically, because I have to do a couple private rehearsal shows on StreamYard just to see if I can do it. I've got a show tonight about Montauk, New York, Montauk Point, Long Island, which is going to be one of my classics. It'll be a classic. I hope people can watch it or get the replay. It's just if I can figure out how to do it technically wise, it's all set to go. I just got to practice it on a private StreamYard and make sure I can do it. It's going to be great, and it's going to be original content. Let's see. Gilden, I trusted you, and that's some cool stuff. Morty is turning them tables over, baby. I'm just doing the show as I've always done. Nothing's changed. I mean, even Doc's Report will say the same thing. You know, Morty's been on for 7 years, and he hasn't changed the show at all. It's the same show. And he hasn't changed anything. And I don't understand that comment that Doc's made, because if you watch the Johnny Carson, I'm not equating myself to Johnny Carson, as I know some dickhead psychopath is going to say. If you watch the Johnny Carson show on the first day, then you watch the show 30 years later, it's the exact same show. You got the band, you got 3 guests, 2 or 3 guests, you got one comedy skit and the opening monologue, and Ed McMahon laughing at everything Johnny says. The format was precisely the same for 30 years. So I don't get it. If you watch Dragnet, which was probably on for radio and TV over 40 years, maybe 30 years, every episode from radio to TV to his feature films, they're all the same. Everything's So I don't understand that concept. If you watch a daytime soap opera that's been on for 50, 70 years, every episode's the same. So I don't understand that comment from Docs, But if you watch a George Clooney movie from his very first appearance to his most recent film, every George Clooney movie is the same. He sucks as an actor. There's no change. Everything's the same. Okay, let's continue. All right, let me catch up here. All right. Maybe he's busy polishing his cannon, if you know what I mean. King Duckford will enjoy. I don't know what that is. Okay, Blaine. There's an American version, but it's complete BS. They use Joker tiles. Ah, yes, I know what you mean. Shot in the dark. Sounds like fun. Let me know. Yeah, okay, fantastic. Okay. Morty, hey, Pasta. Morty, you're more like Bob Newhart. I've been told that. He has very dry. I was never a Bob Newhart, fan. He was fine, okay, but I was never really carried away with Bob Newhart, even in his very early material from the 50s and 60s. And he was on TV a lot in the 60s doing stand-up comedy routines. And he was one of Johnny Carson's closest best friends. And you can see they grew up, in the same era, live their own private lives, and they really were probably one of the best, closest friends. And I could see that. But Suzanne Plachette co-starred on the Bob Newhart show. I always liked Suzanne Plachette from her very early stuff in the early 60s. I really liked her. In fact, I met her. I'll tell the story of how I met Suzanne Plachette for a super chat. It's got to be at least $2.50 because it's a good story. At least, okay. Jesus, Gilden, $475 for jeans. I wonder what Tommy would pair. I wonder what Tommy pays for jeans if he's a jeans guy. I wonder what Tommy would actually pay for a pair of jeans. That's a great question. Max I ever paid for jeans was $250 for some Filson jeans. Wow. Exactly. I went to the Johnny Carson show. I got in on the last week of his final, 30-year, his last week. I got tickets to that. I just sent in a ticket request, the tickets came. I got a whole story about that, but that's a $25 super chat if you want to hear that story. That's a great story. All right, but I got to take a piss break pretty soon. Yeah. Blaine, $475 is on the higher end, but not the most expensive, not by a long shot. You're absolutely right. Turning tables means you're getting them in and out. Great for a diner. Ah, diner talk, diner lingo. Fantastic. Thank you, Chris. Michael Clayton was decent. Who's Michael Clayton? Anybody? I'm not a denim guy. I mean jeans. I'm not a jeans guy. I wore jeans when I was a teenager, but that's about it. Dirk, check 316, like $250. Wow. Do you some? Huh? Blaine, hey Morty, I was thinking of a new channel name for you. Okay. 316. Right. Yeah, those thick jeans are way too warm. You should pay us to take a piss. If I had any money, I would, McLobster. Okay. Gilden, if you're not a fan of the extra heavy stuff, I like RRI a lot. More Levi, less biker. Hey, I heard a story about Hell's Angels and jeans. I'll tell the story I heard for a $5 super chat. It's a good story. It may be true or just somebody pulling my leg. This was 20, 30 years ago I heard this, but I'll tell the story. It's a true story. Island of Dr. Morose. Wow. Dr. Morose. That was a remake of a movie with Charles Lawton in the 30s, which is one hell of a film. You should look it up if you find it. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube or somewhere. Called Island of Lost Souls. 1930 something with Charles Lawton and Bela Lugosi in a phenomenal supporting part as one of the experimented human/animal people. Oh, what a film! Holy shit! It's a great film. And then Marlon Brando did a remake, didn't he, of the Doctor Moreau thing or whatever it was called? Yeah. Wow. Unbelievable. 4.99 super chat from Chris F. Thank you for the channel support, Chris F. Thank you very much, channel member. Okay, which story was I going to tell? Which one was it? I forgot. Mahjong? Man's Country Gay Bathhouse? I don't have any stories about that except for Obama and Rahm Emanuel, you know. Okay. Blaine, they make summer weight jeans aplenty. Kojima is one of my preferred brands. Kojima. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know Japanese jean stuff. I told the Marcia Cross and Michelle Pfeiffer story about their bulging foreheads. Their huge foreheads. I told that story for free. Well, you know, what can I say? City of Lost Children. I don't think I know that movie. Let me look that up. Here it is. The City of Lost Children, 1995. Original title, La Cité des Enfants Perdus. Starring Ron Perlman. Now there's another guy with a huge forehead. A scientist in a surrealistic society kidnaps children to steal their dreams, hoping that they slow his aging process. Holy fike. I'll save that to look at it later, but I don't know if that interests me. You know, Ron Perlman was in that movie Clan of the Cave Bear, if I'm right. And I've never seen that film. Also, some other girl was in it, Rae Dawn Chong. I never saw that movie, but I just recently put it on my movie list to check out sometime. Yeah, Burt Lancaster did a Moreau remake. If I saw it, I don't remember it at all. But the one to see is Island of Lost Souls. It's phenomenal. Island of Lost Souls, 1932. So you have to be able to watch an old film, and many people just can't do that. Starring Charles Lawton, one of the greatest of all actors. Okay, Charles Lawton and Bela Lugosi. A mad doctor conducts ghastly genetic experiments on a remote island in the South Seas, much to the fear and disgust of the shipwrecked sailor who finds himself trapped there. What a film. Holy shit. It's on Amazon Prime, but I'm sure you can find it if you just look around. You got to see it. You got to see it, man. It's incredible. Okay, let's continue. Barry, I will be able to wear some denims. All this denim talk. Well, how about we go to kilt talk? Men wearing kilts talk, like in Seattle and Portland. I'll be able to wear some denim soon. Weather here finally cooling off from the usual 90 degrees and 99% humidity. Barry, you ever spend any time in Hokkaido? Summertime there is just so much cooler. It's unbelievable. It's really nice. Compared to Honshu, I mean, it's just night and day. And the winters are just phenomenal. Well, Kyoto winter was absolutely freezing there, so as well. Chris F., it was supposed to be an amazing story, Mort. Which one was it? All right, let me think up to this, because I don't want to be accused of thievery here. Denim talk. Ron Perlman dreamed of contracting TDS. Dreams come true. I don't know anything about... Oh, yeah, he's another lunatic liberal? Oh, Jesus, yeah. Sugarcane brand makes very good shirts. I'm going to catch up to that $4.99. I got to think of what that story was. Genet is a cult director, also did Amelie. Well, okay. Yeah, when I was in Hokkaido, it started snowing in October, and it snowed... I mean, well, this is more Sapporo. It snowed literally every day from October through spring. Maybe just some flurries or just an all-out hell. Hell is here blizzard. The end is near. The end is here blizzard. Phenomenal. Lots of crows in Sapporo too. Lots of crows. I mean, it's such a nice place. Ah, incredible. Why did I leave? Ah. Gildan, how many wears on your denim before you? Oh, denim talk. This sounds like old ladies over at the Horn and Heart Art talking about clothing. Barry's in the Southern Islands. Okay, understood. Very hot and humid, right? Barry, yeah, I love Hokkaido. Went there to the snow festival. Oh, fantastic, yeah. Hellboy. I never saw Hellboy. I heard that was a good film, but I never saw it. Yeah. Okay, I got to think. What was that story I said I would do for a super chat of 250? What? Chris, I can't remember. I'm trying to think. Well, let me rephrase that. I'm trying to think of what it was, that story I said. Not that I'm trying to think. I'm trying to recall what that story was that said I would mention. Hellboy. I'll put that on my movie list. I'll check it out. Because at the time, I remember a lot of people saw it, said it was really good. Yeah, snowed every day, started ruining the snow sculptures. They were brushing them off every day. Sapporo in December, January is just unbelievable. I mean, with the snow festival or the ice festival, I forget what they call it. Just great, yeah. Was it the corn cob and the chicken story? Corn cob and the chicken story? I don't like the sound of that. I don't know what that's about. Mike the Mistake said it was a jeans story. A jeans story? I told a jeans story about Japanese people buying used Levi's. I told that story. An actress? Well, I told the Michelle Pfeiffer and Marcia Cross gigantic forehead story. I'm gonna rewatch the show later or tomorrow and find out what that was. I'll fast forward to that point and look for that because I want to answer your question. I don't want to just take the money without fulfilling my part. It was some woman you met. Well, I told I'm absolutely blank. I can't remember. I'll replay that segment and try to find what that was about, and I will answer the question tomorrow or as soon as I can replay it and get to that again. Jesus, it's about some woman I met. I'm completely sleepy, Joe Biden, blank in the head. I can't remember. I need cue cards. I've never worn Levi's button-fly jeans. Just never did. That I know of. Right. 27 viewers. Thank you all for watching. If you hate the show, give it a thumbs down. If you like the show, please give it a thumbs up. Your support is really needed. I really need the support and the money. Only 12 thumbs up. Oh, it's so depressing. Suzanne Plachette. That's the story. That's it. Okay. Thank you so much, Bart. Okay. So here's the story. And this story is true. And this story is for... Hold on. I'm scrolling back here. The story is for... I just forgot who gave me the super chat. For Chris F. There we go. So this is in the 90s. Okay. Oh, and a story about Hell's Angels. That was it too. The Gene story. Okay, I'll do the Hell's Angels story because that was the cheaper story. That might have been it, not the cheaper story. Okay. Somebody told me 30 years ago, 20 years ago, a friend of mine, a Portland guy, actually from LA, he told me in the Hells Angels, when you're initiated as a fully patched member, not a, what do they call it, recruit or prospect, yeah. But when you go from prospect to fully patched member, this is what he told me. He said, all the Hells Angels in the club, and I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what he told me. All the Hells Angels, you have to lie down on the floor in the clubhouse or outside, probably outside the clubhouse. And all the guys in the club come over and they piss all over your jeans. They just, they all whip it out and piss all over your jeans. You're not wearing them. You took the jeans off. They're laying on the ground and they piss all over your jeans. And then it dries off and then you wear the jeans and you're not allowed to wash them again for a year or something like that. I don't know, but that's the story I was told. There's something like that. You have to put them on and unwashed. And you can't wash them for a month or a year or something. Or maybe you're wearing the jeans and they're pissing all over your jeans, but that's part of the induction quote ceremony. That's the Hells Angel story. That's a pretty good story. I don't know if it's true. What about a combo 2-for-1? Okay, Chris F., I'll give you the other story too. Suzanne Plachette. So I was at a cardiologist's office, very high-end cardiologist, renowned, in Beverly Hills, mid-90s. And so I walked in, I checked in at the front desk and then, took a seat. And I was just sitting there, whatever. And I glanced over to my left, and the lady sitting in the chair next to me was Suzanne Plachette. I shouldn't even say this because she's entitled to her privacy, And she was there with her husband, who was a well-known guy as well at the time. I think it was her husband. That part I don't remember, but Tom Poston was her husband, who was a fairly well-known comedy actor. He had a TV show he was on. But anyway, and I was sitting right there next to Suzanne Plachette, and I was like, wow, Suzanne Plachette, one of my most favorites. I mean, fantastic. I really thought she was fantastic and really sexy and talented as young in the early 60s and all the way through her career. And she did a great job playing Leona Helmsley, that psychotic bitch hotel magnate in New York. She did a great job in the Leona Helmsley story. If that's on YouTube, you should watch that. Really great. Where she was married to Lloyd Bridges, her husband, Mr. Helmsley, and she drove him basically to an early death because of her being an absolute biatch. Terrific film. Anyway, so I was sitting right there, right next to her, and I thought, wow. And I thought, should I say hello and just say, hi, Suzanne. Just wanted to, such a pleasure to meet you. And then and I thought, no, don't say anything to her. She's entitled to her privacy. She's at the doctor's office, for God's sake. She's at the doctor's office. Not like she's at Pink's Hot Dogs or something, So I just sat there, and she was there next to me, knee to knee, leg to leg, and I didn't talk to her. I didn't bother. I showed her the proper respect and deference to. She should have her privacy, And I was very happy I did that because that's the Suzanne Plachette story. Yeah, terrific woman, terrific. I always liked her more than Angie Dickinson. They were both contemporaries, the same era. And Angie Dickinson's still around, if I'm right, maybe approaching 100 years old. But I always liked Suzanne Plachette way more than Angie Dickinson. And I liked Anne Francis a lot, too. More so than Angie Dickinson as well. Anne Francis was in the 50s and 60s and 70s. She was terrific. All right, enough of that. Let's continue on. Zippers break. The button jeans are the way to go. Jesus. Bikers don't wear zipper jeans. You freeze them. What do you freeze? The jeans? Chris F. Morty, did you read the Hells Angels book by HST? I don't know who. No, I never read any Hells Angels book. And I don't know HST. But $2.99 super chat from Chris F, channel member. Thank you very much for the channel support, Chris F. Greatly appreciated. Breitling, hey Breitling. Breitling is, on the menu. He has the colossal Breitling Club sandwich. It's a 5-stack sandwich. It's just absolutely awesome. Okay. It seems as though most celebrities respect those that respect their space and privacy. That's absolutely true. One time I was at the Beverly Center, big shopping center in LA, in that area. It's called Beverly Center, La Cienega and Beverly, probably. Yeah. And I was at the food court, and I was finished, and I was walking back out of the food court, and George Costanza, Jason Alexander, was there with his wife. I saw them when I walked in fact, and I just walked past him. Didn't nod, didn't say hello, didn't say anything. Leave him alone, Jesus, Then I had my food, whatever it was I ordered, And then I walked out, and he was still sitting there. I think he had a cup of coffee. He was just talking to his wife, hanging out at the shopping center, and no nod, no nothing. Just leave them alone. Leave these people alone. Anyway, okay. All right. Let's see. Lots of stories like that, actually. Okay. I really like the button fly on my dress Navy uniform trousers. Wow. Hunter S. Thompson. Oh, no, I never read that book, no. But I did see a video of him it was a video with him and Sonny Barger on some talk show in the 60s or early 70s. That's on YouTube. And that was pretty far out interesting, but yeah. Right. Right. Okay. Breitling. I was on a road trip about a month ago and saw some Hell's Angels. Have not seen any in years on the highway. Well, they're out there, baby. They're out there in San Francisco and yeah. White Velcro. All right, little Dave, keep masturbating. Enjoy the hate content. I've explained the shoes over and over. I mean, it's just nothing, but, whatever. Little Dave, there you go. It was his first breakthrough public. Yeah, I'm not a Hunter S. Thompson fan at all. I never read any of his books. Yeah. Breitling Watching Time. Breitling Watching Time was on a road trip about a month ago and saw some Hell's Angels. I've not seen any in years on the highway. I just read that. He posted that 2 times. He wanted to make sure he was emphatic on that. Right. Of all the celebrities I've run into, was most tempted to talk to Christoph Waltz. He was at the next table at a restaurant. Love him. Really? You love him? Really? Okay. Well, if you live in LA, I mean, you just can't avoid bumping into famous people. I mean, they live there, And there are times when I've talked to people, and sometimes I just don't. It's not appropriate. Just leave them alone, And sometimes they want to be approached. You just feel like they want to be approached, And I got lots of stories like that. Just, whatever. Anyway. Chris F. Support Morty. He appreciates both public and private support equally. Yeah, let's talk about private anonymous or private support. Let's get some going. I got the Ko-Fi, I got the PayPal, I got the Cash App, and of course the Super Chat and Super Thanks, which is after the show. You can do a Super Thanks. And let's get those Cash Apps going. Cash App is absolutely anonymous. It takes a minute to set it up. And you can send cash, Bitcoin, or shares of stock. And frankly, as much as Watch Nicholas sent me $1 share of stock of a few different stocks, I really have no need for a $1 share of Google he sent me whatever. What am I going to do with 1 share of stock? $1, not a share, $1. And then by the time I sell it, all the processing to sell it will, it's. So cash, baby, cash. I guess Bitcoin, but if I get Bitcoin, I'll just sell the Bitcoin because I need cash. I mean, you can't imagine. You just can't imagine. You know what the property tax is on a $5 million house in La Jolla? You have no idea. Well, anyway. Well, yeah, I mean, okay. Yeah, Morty, toss your jeans in the freezer. It kills the germs and smell. It doesn't wear them out. I mean, next to the food? Toss your urine-saturated jeans in the freezer next to your frozen food and ice cream? Are you kidding? Upvote and send many shares of stocks. Well, I mean, cash. It's cash. Morty needs cash. Can't pay rent in $1 share of stock. Can't pay bills with a $1 share of stock. Can't go to New York with a $1 share of stock. This is such a bad venue to make money. Why not focus on content? Well, I've been focusing on content for the last 2.5 hours, but okay, very good. We'll get back. No more whinging. In an old interview, Redford said he hated seeing people dining alone. He told of inviting a stranger dining alone to share his table. Redford said it was a mistake. Guy was boring as fike. Well, that's very interesting because, first off, what makes him assume or presume that the guy or woman dining alone wants any company? That they're just not focused on their own business, whatever their business is or whatever they're thinking about. Maybe they just want the alone time. And why is he showing indications of being not egomaniacal, but having such a overwhelming ego that he thinks a total stranger wants to sit down at the same table with Robert Redford and listen to his bullshit stories about banging Ghislaine Maxwell, or whatever that story is that broke yesterday. Yeah, I mean, come on. No, maybe some people would like it, He said he hated seeing people dining alone. He told of inviting a stranger dining alone to share his table and said the guy was boring as fike. Maybe he had massive BO also. Jesus. Can you imagine Robert Redford back in the day seeing somebody we know dining alone, and he invited him over and he regretted it instantly. Imagine Robert Redford in Japan seeing some gentleman dining on his own, so he invites him over to his table, and it turns out to be Cucasello. Holy shit. Is that unbelievable? All right, let's see here. I need dinner. I'm getting hungry. I mean, I am hungry. La Jolla is beautiful, but it's exclusive, baby. You bet it's exclusive. Look, I said this once before, but nobody believed me because it's University Park, not La Jolla, but it's La Jolla adjacent. But anyway, okay. Frozen jeans, harder to remove from your victim. Holy shit. Tommy hates solo diners. Wow. Yeah, I saw that movie, Robert Redford and The Great Gatsby with Bruce Stern. It was okay. I don't remember who the women actresses were. I mean, I don't remember who the actresses were in the film. But it was pretty good. I would watch that again. Yeah. Oui, d'accord, Monsieur Crepe. Oui. Most people born Nicholas, especially his audience, unless they send money. Most people bore Nicholas, especially his audience, unless they send money. You think so? Really? I'm not here to pick on Watch Nicholas. I mean, he has said, I'm not highlighting them with screenshots, but he has said over the last week, give or take the last week, some absolutely heinous fucking comments about me in the chats. I've got the screenshots of all of them, or most of them. And absolutely, this countenance maxed out to the max. I mean, I don't know what he was thinking. I've never done anything to him but support him emotionally, psychologically, psychoskeletally. Incredible. Blaine, Chris, we had to temporarily store a fallen shipmate in the freezer. Navy talk. It was no bueno. But now that you mention it, he was wearing dungarees. What a story. Real life Navy story there. NATO, I got kookaburras in my yard. They're vicious killers. Oh, they're cute as all hell from only seeing them on YouTube videos. I didn't know they were vicious killers. Holy cow. Yeah, I've got to take a piss break, and I'm not joking. So I'll be back as soon as I can. Okay? Ah, what a relief that piss break was. That was great. Also got up to stretch my legs. You know what I mean, stretch. 2.5 hours of the show here. Okay, let's catch up with the comment. I'm going to end the show at 8 p.m. Another 15 minutes because I got to have dinner. Right. Okay. We got that carnival music again. We got the freak show music from the carnival going. That's good. Okay, let's catch up here. Yeah, what was this about the kookaburras here? Kookaburras are so cute. They have like a smile on their face, you know. Nato says he's got kookaburras in his yard. They're vicious killers. Wow, they should have a YouTube channel. Are super chats regarded as tips and free from income tax? I don't know. Last year, I asked my tax preparer, and I said, these are tips. And she said, well, it's a business income. I said, it's taxed. And I said, really? I think it's just tips. Anyway, so this year, I don't know if it's no tax on tips, according to President Trump. So I don't know how they're classified. Don't know. Have to look into it. In Crappy's case, it's donating to a nonprofit. Yes, the Human Fund. You're right. Right, okay. Kookaburras eat deadly Aussie snakes. Holy shit. How can a kookaburra can eat a snake? But they're so cute looking. Wow. Did someone in your family befriend the birds? No, they just live around. I think living in Australia, besides all the monstrous insects and stuff they have, you can have kookaburras and magpies all over the place in your backyard. Must be great. Just great looking animals, except for the heinous insect shit they got there and the dangerous giant lizards. It's like a mariachi band coming to your table. But it's didn't George Costanza say something like it's like a mariachi band in your mouth when he was eating something? Oh, the paella, his mom's paella. It was something like that. I don't remember. It's like a mariachi band coming to your table, but it's Morty's band of classical stringed misfits. Wow. Nato, I understand that if you offer them any kindness, you have a friend for life. If I was fortunate enough to have a kookaburra sit on my balcony or patio, fence or table, and they just sat there, I mean, that would be just phenomenal. That would be magical. Magpies are like that, Blaine. You can have them follow you around and hand feed them. That would be just great. Have magpies and kookaburras in your backyard. Maybe an occasional wombat passing by. I mean, incredible. The Japanese magpies are cool. I'm sure I've seen magpies, but I didn't know they were magpies at the time. So therefore, I don't remember I don't know if I've ever seen magpies in person. Bin chickens. Kookaburras will eat your koi? Holy shit. Fucking vicious. I had no idea. Blaine Cole. Morty, have you ever had apple pie with cheddar cheese? My grandmother introduced me to it. Hey, I got a story for you. There's a movie. This is a true story. There's a movie starring Spencer Tracy from the 1940s, and it's called Young Tom Edison. And it's a pretty good film, okay? And then it was so successful, they made a second film called Edison the Man, again with Spencer Tracy. I might be mistaken, but I think I'm right. So they had young Tom Edison, and then the second film was Edison the Man, the first part of his life, the second part of his life, all right? And Thomas Edison, when he was in the laboratory or stepped out to a coffee shop for a snack, his favorite snack, are you ready, was a slice of apple pie with melted cheddar cheese on top. That's the only other time in my life I've ever heard of anybody eating apple pie with cheese on top. How's that, Blaine? Yeah, I would certainly try it. Why not? Cheese is good. Apple pie is good. So yeah, why not? I would certainly try it. I like extra sharp, super sharp cheddar. It's got really great flavor. Cracker Barrel brand is, I don't see it in many supermarkets, but it's got the right taste for cheddar cheese. All these other brands, they all make cheddar, and it just doesn't have the taste that I want. Cracker Barrel does. And there was a brand from when I was a kid called Whisprite. Came in a crock. Forbin knows it. He had the name. Had a crock with a bolt on the top that you lock the top on to the crock. That tastes exactly correct. But let me look that up, because I don't think that's they don't make that anymore. I can't remember what they called it. Yeah, Whisprite, like Wisconsin Pride. Whisprite cheese. Here's a story. Whatever happened to Whisprite cheese? Uncovering the truth about a beloved spread. Started in 1934. In 1985, a big French cheese company called Fromagerie Belle bought the Whisprite operation. You might know Fromagerie Belle from other famous cheeses like the Laughing Cow. I've seen that in every store. In 1995, the French company closed the Whisprite plant in Wisconsin and moved all their cheese making to Kentucky. This made many people in Wisconsin upset. Bastards. And they felt it was wrong to keep calling it Whisprite when it wasn't even made in Wisconsin anymore. The state attorney general filed a lawsuit saying it was misleading to consumers. If it was called Whisprite, it must be from Wisconsin. So is it still made? Yes, it is. Now the company is owned by Bell. They changed the name from Fromagerie Bell to Bell Brands USA. And they keep selling the cheese under the Whisprite name. I've never seen it. Today, you can still find Whisprite, often next to other cold-packed cheeses like Calcona cheese. I've seen that. That's like coated in sliced almonds or something. That tastes pretty good, too. Comes in flavors like sharp cheddar and port wine. Calcona cheese is pretty good. It's still out there. I've never seen it. Not since I was a kid. I'm going to have to look into that, see if I can find it. But it's probably not the same as it was, way back when. But Calcona cheese is pretty good. The most dangerous thing I've done is dip French fries into a milkshake. Wow, that's interesting. I could see doing that. Yeah. Back to the island of Dr. Moreau. Premise: you could abduct all the lurkers and attempt to turn them from animals into men. I don't think that can be achieved. The lurkers and the haters are so already. I don't know, Blaine. I mean, it's worth experimenting with, but I don't know if that could work. It's like in Frankenstein, the 1931 Frankenstein. Igor, he sends Igor to the medical college to steal a brain because he needs a brain, he needs a brain for the monster he's making. And he reaches over and accidentally the jar with the formaldehyde stored brain, it says normal brain, and he reaches over and he drops the jar and it breaks. And Igor, being low IQ, he reaches over to the next jar and brings that one back to Dr. Frankenstein. But that one was labeled criminal brain. The criminal brain had smooth brain, didn't have all the all the ridges, and the normal brain had all the ridges, and that's not the right word, but you know what I mean. And so there is a difference between the criminal brain and the normal brain, according to the Frankenstein book. Yes, money. I need money. I'm dying here. Independent Morty is dying, my friends. Whatever happened to Retard Island? I don't know. It's out there. I'm sure they're doing fine. I don't know. I don't, 3 months ago, I kind of abandoned, for my own good, that island, Morty Feldman is my favorite Igor, pronounced Igor. Yeah, yeah. Abby normal, huh? AD, Morty, you have the NATOs and the Chris F's. I don't make a six-figure income from YouTube. I never will, but I'm just looking to pay rent, and pay off my phone bill every month and pay the StreamYard and get to New York. And I just want to get to New York. It's those people who want to go to Dubai. I don't want to go to Dubai. I want to go to New York. And Chicago. I would go to Chicago on the way back from New York. Stop off. 3, 4, 5 days at a cheap hotel. Pod 51 style. Or whatever I found that was good enough, Safe. Safe. Safety in Chicago is just unbelievable now, And the Barrys, sure, yeah. 80 never calling, $9.99 super chat. Thank you for the channel support. AD never calling. Here you go, baby. Thank you, man. You're not one of the biatches. Thank you. Come on, man. I'm making 6 figures monthly with my retirement income. Really? Holy moly. Wow. And you don't even have a YouTube channel. That's amazing. Amazing. Mel Brooks, he's 100 years old now, isn't he? Or just about 100? That's really amazing. Boy, I'd love to live with magpies in my backyard. Wombats, frilled lizard. A frilled lizard every once in a while running around. That would be phenomenal. I don't want a cassowary near me. Those things are deadly. Deadliest bird on the planet. They just jump up. They jump up 6 feet high, and their claws, they just eviscerate your bowels. You're dead on the spot. It's true. It's true. AD never calling. 99-cent super sticker. Way to go. Thank you for the channel support, AD. Thank you very much. That includes the figures to the right of the decimal. So your 6 decimal places to the right every month. Okay, got it. Blaine, come back to the States, man. Well, I would say to Blaine, whatever you do, don't come back to the States, man. You've got it made. Stay where you are. Exactly. Not a chance. You got it. Blaine, did you watch all the coverage or most of the coverage of President Trump in Japan? I saw him meeting the emperor and hanging out with the new prime minister. And he gave a speech to naval forces in Yokosuka. And, wow, man, just magnificent. Magnificent. Chris F, $9.99 super sticker channel member. Thank you so much, Chris F. Nice to see the massive support from the biatches. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I may be able to pay my rent this month. Well, I don't get paid till next month, but yeah, it's phenomenal. Thank you so much. Going to end the show in 10 minutes. I have got to relax my brain and take some benzos and have dinner. Tonight for dinner, I'm going to have tuna with tuna salad and pumpkin. It's true. That's what I'm going to make. The most entertaining U.S. president of all time. Absolutely 100,000% correct. Love him or hate him, people cannot get enough of him. 1,000,000% correct. He's the great. I said this before. He's the greatest person to walk the planet in the last 2,000 years, if you know what I mean. And I really believe that. You got Charlemagne. Okay, he was pretty good. He was big. He was big time. Charlemagne, Vercingetorix, he was a big guy. Julius Caesar, he was an A-lister, you know. President Grant, General Grant, big time, you know. Napoleon, King Arthur. Was there really a King Arthur? I think there was. There's lots of YouTube videos on that. Very interesting. Okay. King Alfred of England, one of the greats. Trump is right up there. I think he's number one. Of good, great figures, not, you know, Genghis Khan or people like that. Biatches are us. Right. I don't know if I'm able to make it the next 10 minutes. I'm so hungry. And I'm sure those other channels are, if they haven't already, they're kickstarting their engines to do an evening of hate focused on Morty and his diner. You know who I mean. They're out there. They can't wait to do the hate and viscountness because it's all they got. It's so sad. But what can you do? You know? Nothing I can do about it. Yeah, who knows? Well, what can I say? All right, let's see here. Blaine, have you seen the AI of Jesus at the swimming competition of the Summer Olympics? Not bad. No, but I can imagine what that showed. I can imagine that. Clever idea. Hey, Morty, have you made any purchases recently? Yes, I did. I was going to talk about that next time Shot was around. I'll talk about that on an upcoming show. But I'm going to have to trade off some other stuff to afford what I purchased. So, because I don't have the money, you know, even though I have a La Jolla house, La Jolla adjacent, you know. So I'm going to sell off some other stuff. So it's an equal transfer of funds. You know what I mean? Morty, do you have some nuggies ready to air fry? No, I'm going to make a can of tuna fish, add some mayo, and a can of pumpkin, canned organic pumpkin. This is what I do, and nobody believes this. Then I pour the pumpkin over the tuna, you know, in a dish. I add on some garlic salt and some Trader Joe's ground pepper. I nuke it for a minute. I throw on some mini shredded wheats, not the sugar ones, just the plain mini shredded wheats. And it's a feast. It's a veritable feast. Nobody believes I would eat that, but it's amazingly good. And a little bit of butter as well is needed. $2.99 super sticker from the man with an in-ground pool. Thank you very much. AD Never Calling. Thank you. And he's telling us he just farted. Isn't that fantastic? Well, not Tijuana. No. Anyway, I don't know if I can make it another 6 minutes to 8 o'clock. I'm so caffeined up and hungry. I don't know. And oh man, but lots of good information in the show about the super upscale anchovy and gourmet shops, stuff to get, and the pea soup place in New York City that Hoff mentioned. Going to have to check that out. Some great movie suggestions. I got to check those. Yeah. Man. Chris, there is way better content than those nasty, vicious other dudes. And the they, them dudes. Yes, correct. Blaine, give yourself a break, Morty. Cheers for another winner. Thank you for the support, Blaine, for the moral support. Thank you very much. And the commenting, terrific. Okay. All right, I can't make it another 5 minutes. I'm going to wrap it up in 1 minute. 1 minute. It'll be a 3-hour show about absolutely nothing. Fantastic. Tomorrow night, I'm going to do a show, as long as I can figure out technically how to do it. It's going to be about Montauk Point, Long Island, New York. It's going to be hysterical. If I can figure out how to do it, I'm going to have to do a couple private streams, StreamYard private ones to practice. If I can do it, I'm going to do it tomorrow night. It's going to be hysterical. Upvote, you cheap fikes. Yeah, let's see if I got any upvotes or downvotes here. Let's take a look. 16 upvotes. That's pretty nice. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, so I'm going to end the show and stay tuned to your local YouTube. There'll be plenty of other shows later tonight from all kinds of people. You know, there'll be a lot to choose from. Thanks for stopping by, Breitling. It's like hanging out at a carnival. Morty's Diner is so fun. And we haven't even gotten to the freak show part of the sideshow at the carnival. I've got a freak show. I set up a whole show about freak show content a couple of years ago, and I never did it because I didn't want to get the face blasting. But I think it's time to do the freak show content. So I'm going to find it wherever I have it on my computer, and if I can find all that and put it together, we'll do a freak show show. We got the music, we got the freaks, we'll do the show. Unbelievable. And last picture of the night. You don't want to go the night, but anti-hate. This is a non-hate channel. There it is, the Grail, $70,000 Rolex Platinum day date with a sky blue, light blue dial. First time I saw this, I thought, man, this is so gay for a man. For a woman, this would be absolutely beautiful. This would be absolutely beautiful for a woman. But for a man? But the more I look at it, the feminine part of me is clamoring for it now. I think this would be an absolutely incredibly great watch. And Tommy approved this watch. He said it was definitely way to go. And the second hand, it's blue. It's not the Rolex green, it's blue. Wow. All I need is $70,000. Oh, it's in Oregon, $65,000. There's no sales tax. But the Democrats are trying hard to change that as well. Okay, I think that's it. Barry from Japan. Sorry, Mort, I exceeded my super chat allowance this month. I'll get you next time. Well, thank you very much for the ketchup and nugget sauce story, Barry. That was terrific. Really good. No, I'm not fundraising for a Rolex. I would never, ever do that. No way. I'm just showing this as for Rolex, as a Rolex picture, that's all. The only way I would buy a Rolex is if I won the Powerball, 100 million or something. And I'd be an EDMMMMMM. I'd be an EDMM to the 10th. No. To the 10th? To the 100th. Yeah, that would be amazing. An EDM to the 100th. Absolutely amazing. Then I could buy the villages. I wouldn't buy a house. I could buy the whole villages. Well, maybe not the whole villages, but maybe the golf course. All right, that is it. I am wiped out. And thank you, everybody, for watching the show. Thank you for all the super chat support tonight. It means a lot to me. It really does. I'm very grateful. And tomorrow night, the Montauk Point, New York show. It's going to be incredible. Thank you very much, everyone. Good night.